There are three common reasons why psychologists conduct research: to test a hypothesis, to solve a problem, and to confirm findings of previous research. These definitions right here are basic definitions from the Psychology Dictionary. So basic research is research that's done to test a theory or a hypothesis. By the way, there are very few actual scientific theories in psychology, but in some other fields, there's Newton's theory of universal gravitation or Darwin's theory of evolution, so that might give you an idea of what we're talking about when we're talking about scientific theories. A hypothesis is a statement proposing a relationship between two variables, and they're testable statements, and the testable statement is the important part, and they can be tested, of course, by doing research. So a person studying applied research, on the other hand, would likely be interested in putting research concepts of psychology into practical use for the benefit of improving a symptom or fixing a problem. In fact, you might say that applied research is done to solve a problem. And sometimes it's actually results from basic research that leads to answers to problems. Even though it may have started out as just a way to test a hypothesis when they started doing that particular basic research, sometimes they actually lead to solving a problem. And sometimes basic research just helps us define normal, what is the average, if you will. And once we know what a normal reaction to something is, then it's possible to know what's not normal. So that would be another way of using basic research to answer a practical question. So the easiest way to tell the difference between the two may be to consider basic research as research for research's sake, and applied research as a way to find an answer to a problem or a specific practical question. And one thing that you might want to remember about the basic applied research distinction is that in some cases, as we talked about, using what's learned in basic research can be useful in an applied project, and from a completely different topic area, excuse me. For instance, the serial position effect, like we studied this in Introduction to Research, I'll bet. The tendency, when you're given a list of words, the tendency to recall words from the beginning of the list or from the end of the list better than the words from the middle is a well-known finding from basic research on memory, but the link, if you don't remember it, by the way, it's on the reference slide to that particular study. But one researcher is applying that to a totally different concept in a totally different topic. He's doing something that's really cool. He's using the serial position research to build a GIS tracking device to help police find lost children. And that's based on the serial position effect in the children's route reversal areas. So they've kind of narrowed down where the children would be the most likely to take the wrong route. So that's just an awesome example of basic research being applied to a practical problem. And the reverse, of course, is also true as well. Sometimes research that's conducted to fix a particular problem will then become relevant to basic research and become part of research for research's sake. I'm going to stop here, and we're going to come back and talk about laboratory versus field research.